All right, so this is kind of new territory for the channel. Most of these that I work on are gas-powered mowers, but figured things are changing a bit and more people are buying these. This one is a Black & Decker 13 amp. It's a basic corded lawnmower, and it's got a couple issues. The first issue is I found this handlebar just sitting on top of it like this when I picked this thing up from the curb. So I figured it just fell off and they thought it was broken, and that was that. But it's actually bent, so I'm going to take this over to the vise and bend it back. It's got some issue with something in the motor binding up. Now, this machine was left out in the rain. I don't know for how long, but you can tell by the aged plastics, the label. It's been outside in the elements for who knows how long. Honestly, what happens with these electric mowers is you start getting moisture building up in places it shouldn't inside the motor. You get rust, you get bearing issues. And basically when the bearing issues start to happen on these, it's pretty well the end of the line. Now, you could go through the hassle of replacing bearings on these things, but it's generally not worth it, especially not on a cheaper model like these. If it was a commercial rated version, that'd obviously be a lot different. But these, typically, they're not really worth it. However, we are going to give it a fair shake, see what's going on with it. It could be that it just sucked up a bunch of grass and whatever into the gear train for this, because it's not direct drive. The motor is going to a separate pulley, and it's being spun with a belt that's attached to the motor, which is effectively acting as a reducer. So it's not spinning the blade the same speed the motor's spinning. So you guys can see it's kind of locked up. Don't know why. Probably it's just, unfortunately, I think this thing's done for, but like I said, we're going to give it a fair shake, see what's going on with it. Interestingly, this is the same setup as the Greenworks mower that I recently fixed. That's not good. So what I'm seeing here is possibly a bearing issue. And how I know that is kind of similar to a vacuum cleaner. When these bearings start locking up in electric motors, you start seeing discoloration on the motor shafts. So I don't think the bearing in this is any good. I really don't at this point. And it's kind of unfortunate because I was really hoping to get this thing to work again. But, you know, at least for this video, if it doesn't work out, I can just kind of repurpose this into a motor removal, I guess, because it's going to be scrap. Unfortunately, other than the handle, there's really nothing else worth anything to me on it. But we'll go ahead and press on. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and undo these 3 screws, because regardless, we need to pull this motor out. Got to pull this top cover off. With that off, I think we got some more screws inside this thing, so I got to pull off this orange cover too. We'll have to pull this off. So let me get you guys situated in the tripod and we'll get started. So first thing I'm going to remove is the handle. We have to remove this, don't have a choice. That's done. I'm going to have to pull this plate off. It'll make things a little easier just to get this off, because it gives us a whole lot more room to get that out, or to deal with that, I should say. Thankfully, all of these perimeter screws are all Phillips, but they are full of crap. So I'm going to have to get the vacuum. Let's see what that did for us. Now we have a better look here at the motor itself. And I'm trying to look at how this thing comes apart. We've got screws coming in through the bottom that we don't necessarily have access to. Get this screw here. That one I think is gonna have to come out. I'm not seeing anything by way of debris, but you can see this is the pulley housing. This is the motor. The blade hooks up to this shaft right here, and we've got a bearing here at the top. Let's see how much more damage we can do. So a good thing I didn't really force anything yet, but one of the screws is in here, another one is in here, so I'll pull those two out. I'm not sure if we have any more. I think that's it. I think it's just these two that are holding it in. So I'll go ahead and whip these out as fast as I can. There's one. There's two. I think this thing's totaled, guys. I'm gonna call it right now. I think this thing is, I think it's about had it. And it's very interesting. They design this stuff in such a way that you're not really meant to do this as a consumer. Yeah, so there's the belt. That's interesting. I think that might actually be the issue. That belt is, looks like this pulley came out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to basically pull this thing apart. I'm gonna have to take this off. But I think this happened because that happened. Take these three screws out. And I'm gonna pull this off of the rest of the unit, go from there. All right, so things are not looking good here. This thing is coming off, but it's not coming off how it's supposed to. That bearing is more or less toast. I'm going to try something here. Might be a little dangerous in some circles, but I'm really curious to see if this motor is still good. There's a reason why it bound up like that, and I don't think it's good. What I think happened, and now it's not getting any power to it. This bearing is done for. It would need to be replaced, but our other issue here is because it heated up, caused a whole bunch more friction on this shaft. That caused the belt to grip this even harder. Eventually it started throwing the belt. It undid this pulley from the motor and bent the hell out of it. You can see the cooling fan here has got some space, and on this side it does not. This thing does not want to turn easily. And you know, whether this is the motor shaft that bent, or more likely it's the plastic housing that it's being held in, has bent and warped with more heat, more friction. That's what did this thing in. So what I'm suspecting now is the motor, as I was testing it, probably blew the thermal fuse, which is right in there. I could replace it at this point, but there really isn't a point. I would just be wasting my time putting a new thermal fuse in this, whether I paid money for the thermal fuse or not. It's just an abhorrent waste of time at this point, because this entire, at best, this plastic housing is warped. At worst, the motor shaft itself has bent because this undid itself. It allowed it to put more leverage. This is a really tight belt. It allowed it to put more leverage on the motor shaft as it was trying to spin. That bent the hell out of the motor shaft. Either way, it doesn't look good. These things are unfortunately meant to be disposable. And at this point, unless I had another one, which I don't, it's just not worth fixing. So some of these, I'm really anticipating that we're going to have issues like this as time goes on. And gradually, as more and more of these gas machines die off, people are going to buy more electric stuff. Unfortunately, this one is not worth saving. I'm not even going to bother trying to source a new housing and motor assembly for this thing, because it's just, you know, at best I could probably get 80 bucks for this as it sets with the bag. The other one I was able to get more for because it was just built better. But this one is all plastic. They're not really all that great, and we're kind of seeing definite evidence of this. These things are not built all that great. They have plastic components where things should be metal. I mean, you think about it, you have a motor with that much power that has that much of a load on it. Basically, it's at this constant speed, sort of like a vacuum almost, and it's got all these components on it. You would think that, you know, maybe they can cheap out on the deck, maybe make all this plastic like they did, but at least make all of these components metal. That's probably what would have saved this. I'm really leaning to the side of this motor got hot, it warped the plastic, and it did everything like I said. So unfortunately, I will end up scrapping the motor. I can save this hardware from the handle, possibly save the handle, but I don't know if the handles are compatible with any of the other machines. Obviously they're not down here, but you know, the top part might be. So this is really just an addendum to the end of this video, but here's the belt. Ironically, the belt in most cases is gonna massively outlast these mowers, but just a more thorough look at this for you guys. So here is where the belt matches up with this, and this thing is really, really tight. So it's actually, I think the issue is with this bearing up here. Obviously not this one, because even though it sounds like crap, it still spins. So this is even worse. This bearing got hot, transferred all that heat through the shaft, and you can see how it discolored it. And here's the motor itself without any sort of load on it from the belt. You can see that this is just bent, and I'm not sure if I can even get this stuff off. It doesn't matter for scrapping it, but I did want to get it off for this video. But yeah, this thing is just bent in like that. So a whole bunch of things happened here, but it started likely with just neglect on the owner's part. Really, really unfortunate. But you guys think plastic waste is bad with other consumer appliances? Wait until these plastic lawnmowers start just proliferating the garbage in the landfills. There's so much plastic on these things. What is scrappable off of this entire machine is really just this motor. If I wanted to, the screws, this pulley, about 4 feet or so of 3-wire thick cord, and that's really about it. I mean, if I wanted to strip the axles out of it, I could, but there's really not much in the way of anything recyclable on these, as opposed to your normal gas-powered mower that's not a newer Honda with a plastic deck. There's a lot of stuff that can be recycled on lawnmowers, but on gas lawnmowers anyways. But these, none of this stuff can really be recycled, at least not without further breaking this down. And at that point, it's not worth anybody's time to do that, unfortunately. So this is going to be the nature of things. I know it as time goes on. It's what we got to deal with now. Stay tuned for more videos.